Do you know I lied and said I was Italian until...
Yeah, Diva, I do remember that.
Hey everyone, it's Bree from NowThis with the lovely one and only Silly Brown, lovely drag queen. And today she is gonna do my makeup while we talk about all things drag and her and life and all that good stuff. Let's rock. So yes, fun fact, Silly and I have known each other since we were like 12, right?
Yeah.
We went to high school together.
Yeah, we grew up in the same town.
Tell me about the first time you got into drag.
First time I got to drag, it was pandemic. And I was just becoming friends with my now drag parents, drag mothers, Paris Lahomie and Sterling. And I was over their house and we were bored, it's pandemic. Always wanted to do drag and I started becoming friends with them like right before pandemic happened. Going to their shows, just obsessed with everything they were doing. And they were like, girl, we need to just get you into drag.
I remember your parents vaguely, but they're super supportive of you, correct?
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm super, super lucky. My parents are at all my shows.
Oh, I love that.
They really are truly like my #1 fans.
Okay, so wait, what's your favorite part about, also, I'm going rogue, by the way, these are not questions. What's your favorite part about being on stage?
A big thing for me is just being able to create a space that feels safe. People within our community, and a lot of people are geared towards a lot of different, routes within drag. There's a lot of different ways and avenues you could take it. But for me, I'm really, really focused on just making sure everyone has a good time. Seeing people be happy, feel happy, you know, that's a huge goal for me. I don't really care about, as long as that's what's happening at the end of a show, that's what brings me joy. Don't worry.
No, I'm not.
Yet.
I wasn't supposed to, but come on. Okay, I was like Mr. Potato Head is what I was gonna say.
Oh, good. Then you're definitely doing my
Do you feel pressure to look a certain way even in drag?
I feel like I'm really lucky because I came up with a lot of people in the scene that were kind of F all that. You know what I mean? So I feel very privileged to be able to be surrounded by a whole bunch of performers that really showed me that drag can be anything you want it to be. But I do think there are some times where if you're not doing that kind of drag, people are like, oh, then you're not a drag performer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not a drag queen. And that's, I feel like, the problem is that it's not really, we're hyper-focused on drag queen, but I like to use the umbrella term of drag performer, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is at its core.
Yeah.
We're all drag performers.
Yeah.
I think we're so hyper-focused on gender. And, we need to really, step away from that. Because that's not even what we're not even really doing that. I feel like people are so hyper-focused on the gender that, we're manipulating people and we're confusing people, but really I feel like we're so far removed away from gender that it's you're gendering.
How'd you get your name?
Oh, okay. My name. So, when I was younger, my mom would take me to work, and there was this woman, and she's a very good friend, and I don't mean anything,
Oh my God,
spiteful
are we gonna
to
talk
her. I do love her, but when I was younger, I would run around the store, and she'd be like, that little brown boy, that little silly brown boy.
Oh, Jesus.
And we grew up.
Christ.
Many of you don't know, we grew up in a very, very white town on Long Island.
Oh my God.
And that was kind of my everyday. Very much so, not her, but that kind of
people,
language, right?
In our district and 100%.
So I didn't realize until I was older, that was pretty, racist. And I was and it affected me for sure. I was when I realized what people were really saying to me, you have that kind of moment, right? Growing up where we did.
It's not a nickname that my family friends giving me.
Exactly.
It's it's actually not appropriate. Yes, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's kind of, and also it's I don't know for you, but I feel like my family was was very hyper focused on just fitting in, because to fit in, then you're not ostracized or you're not, these slurs aren't said to you.
1,000,000%. Also, my stepdad wasn't around until I was in my teens, so oh my God, being Puerto Rican and then having a single mom, where we grew up, it was just exist. So I lied and said I was Italian until...
Yeah, Diva, I do remember that. I feel like, but I'm not gonna lie, that's the existence for a lot of Latin people.
No, yeah.
On Long Island.
That are like be called like horrible names, and
yeah.
I was like, I'm Italian. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So yeah, so I was like, oh, silly brown boy. I'm gonna reclaim that, right? And I'm gonna something that was used, and not in her own, you know. I'm sure she wasn't thinking that it was something that was racist, but I was like something that like, you know, was used to identify me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, that's it. That's my name. I'm reclaiming it, and I'm taking it for myself.
That's beautiful.
It's nice hearing this too from you because it's like I feel like there was so few of us there.
Yeah.
So it was like so few brown people, you know, and it's nice. And then like after I left high school, like I really didn't keep touch with everybody.
Yeah.
So it's nice
we
hearing
never got
this,
to talk
you know?
about like anything like
I know.
that. Oh my god, you made me cry.
I know.
Stop. No.
Not even drinking wine.
I know. We're serving. We're not serving crying. So not gonna happen. Okay. Back to the questions. What do you think makes a good ally?
Someone who knows when to not talk and listen. I think that's really important. I think it's really important to listen and not think about what people in our community want, or not assume the things that we want or need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like the most supportive allies that I have are the ones that are in our spaces but don't take up the space.
Yeah.
Right?
So why do you think that some people are like so afraid of true gender expression?
I feel like we're taught heteronormativity from such a young age. You know, that's like forced down our throat.
Yeah.
People want to talk about how we're confused people with gender, but not even the second, you know, baby's still in the womb, and where we get a gender reveal, and we're buying shirts that say lady killer and things like this, and we're already pushing gender on these children who don't even know what even gender is. You know what I mean? And I feel like because that's preached and taught from inception, you know what I mean? Like, people are scared of anything that is besides that, right?
Any change to like the status quo,
Exactly.
the way of life for most often like old white men.
Exactly. People are so scared to anything that is not what they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Right?
What is the most physically painful part about being in drag?
Oh my god, diva corsets.
Yeah?
Oh my god. Yeah. Hold on. It's a journey. A corset is a journey.
Yeah.
For sure. The heels. I mean, like the whole thing, diva. Drag is pain. Drag is so much pain. But when you look in the mirror and you're like, wow, I'm serving it, and you're like, it's worth it. You know what I mean? What was your first show?
What do you mean?
Like your first drag show?
Oh. What? Yo, I went to Lucky Chang's.
Oh.
In, I don't know, somewhere in the city when I was like 12. And my mom called and was like, do you think my kid could come here for her birthday?
Love.
And they were like, yes, stupid And so I went with my best friend Liv Sawyers, who you know.
Yes.
And they put like dick hats on us, like little penis hats.
Obsessed.
I had the
That's a childhood
I had the time of my life. I was like, this is like, I'll be back tomorrow with a Shirley Temple in hand. It was so amazing.
I'm obsessed with that.
Wait, what was your first one that you've attended?
God, I don't even know. Actually, my first drag show that I ever really attended was on Long Island. It was this random bar on Long Island. They were not carding. Don't know if they still exist.
Oh my god.
And it was sick because
tomorrow.
It was sick because it was like it wasn't just drag queens. It was like giving drag performers the house down. Like we had drag kings, we had drag things.
So okay, let's do a this or that. Heels or flats?
Flats.
Okay, fair. That makes a lot of sense.
What I prefer? Flats. What I have to wear? I don't have to wear the
Heels.
heels.
Those big cheetah heels. Would you prefer to perform at a drag brunch or a bachelorette party?
A drag brunch. Oh my god. Never a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
So annoying. Love the divas, but My
I
God.
cannot imagine.
So, yeah, love him. Gotta love him. Really gotta love him.
Would you rather perform for a room full of Karens or a room full of people that we went to high school with?
What's the difference?
Ah! That's a good question. The difference is slight.
Honestly, the people we went to high school with.
Yeah?
There's a lot of good ones.
Okay, that is really kind of you. I maybe would have said Karens.
I feel like I've dealt with them for years. And deal with them for some more.
I didn't ask you, where do you get your inspiration from?
It's a good question. I feel like I always say that Celia Brown is funny, comical, but always really. I feel like I pull a lot from, the Latinas that came before us. But I like to live in this world of just like being really pretty.
Yeah, and you do it well too.
And also just being funny. I think that's what I like about my drag, is I feel like I'm always bringing it to a place of comedy, but while looking really pretty.
Oh, that looks so cool.
It's hard to listen, Diva. You really gave me a challenge here.
No regrets.
You said you're doing someone else makeup the first time, and you're doing interview question.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
know,
oh my
right?
God.
Oh my God, I just stabbed myself in the eye. Okay. Do you think that there's like any decent drag representation in film and TV?
Do I think there is? Drag representation?
Yeah.
For drag.
I mean, I guess like besides like Dragula and RuPaul's Drag Race.
All of RuPaul's things. No, definitely not. I mean, we can even just start right there. Like, that doesn't accurately represent the drag community, like, at all.
Yeah.
It's what people like. I mean, Dragula really does. It kind of, it stretches bounds, but it's not as mainstream, right? Because like no one would, the mainstream wouldn't accept that. I think there's always gonna be room for a more accurate representation, because one, the drag scene's always evolving.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think that there is. I just wish this didn't.
Is this like gonna be a scene from Carrie where like you're pranking me and like the pig blood's gonna come out when I see myself on the monitor?
I guess we'll find out.
Oh my God.
There's just so much fallout here and there.
It's fine.
And this lash is wonky. Girl, I'm a Taurus. I need to like.
I'm a Virgo, so in my head I'm like fix it too.
That makes so much sense for me and you.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's see, open. Kind of serving.
Kind of serving.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we're looking like. Oh my God. Low-key, not a bad look.
It's not, but it's not my best.
And that's okay. Oh my gosh. Okay.
You didn't look at the monitor the entire time?
No, it's been off. The monitor's been off the entire time. Okay. Oh my drag name.
Definitely giving scary brown. I didn't mean that with so much love, Diva.
Okay, thanks. So, Scary Brown.
Scary Brown.
Thank you so much.
The House of Brown.
Thank you for watching the lovely Silly Brown and new Scary Brown. And my lovely drag mother is going to tell you her socials and where to find her.
You can find me at Silly Brown Boy on Instagram.
Yes. Okay. I love you. Give me a hug. Thank you for making me beautiful.
Thank you for letting me do that.